It's opening day at Dodger Stadium. Montgomery's headed to the D-backs, and Will Smith's going to be around a long time. Opening day, baby. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Lad Talk. Mason, it's opening day.
Finally. It feels like it's been a whole year, even though it's been 5 months since baseball.
A few months. It has been.
It feels like a whole year. I hate it. But we're back.
We are back.
We
love
are
it when
back.
baseball's back. They had the 2 games last week in Korea, but starting stateside opening day this time.
And all 30 teams get to play today. So that's what I'm happy about. And everybody's playing, noon, 1, 3 games tonight, all day baseball.
Early games. We
Yeah.
love it. Dodgers starting at 1:10 today,
Yes.
going up against the Redbirds.
Normally we're playing Giants, San Diego, which I guess we did technically opening day in the Seoul series, but
If you
we've
want to speak
never-
in technicalities,
Sure.
yes, that's who they play.
but we've never actually played, that I can remember, a non-NLS team to start the season. I don't want to say never, but it's been very rare. I don't remember. Because usually it gets a rival team, like the Giants, or I wouldn't even call San Diego a rival team because, they're terrible. But I hope we get a lot of hate for that one. Oh yeah.
It'll be Glasnow getting the second opening day nod
Yes,
of the
he used
season for him, going up against Michaelis. Glasnow in Korea went 5 innings, allowing
Pretty
2
good.
runs.
That's fine. Buddy.
Struck out 3, 4 walks though.
Yeah. Start the season loud, Korea. It's definitely nerve-wracking, but now he's get to settle in, pitching at his, the place that he's always dreamed about growing up watching. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time for him.
It's gonna be very cool to see.
Yes.
I think he's gonna come out shoving.
Yes.
He's going up against Miles Michaelis of the Cardinals.
Pretty good.
No lineups yet, but
We can suspect
it'll
what
be
the Dodgers
the-
are going to
the usual suspects. You're going to see Mookie at the top, Otani in the 2-hole,
Mhm.
Freddie. Will Smith's going to be right behind him.
Then
And
Muncy.
Will Smith, we got some news to talk about there. We'll
Yeah.
get to that in a minute.
Can't wait.
Game 2 lined up tomorrow. It's going to be Zach Thompson of the Cardinals, little lefty action, going up against
Miller time.
Bobby Miller time. We love getting into Miller time.
Yeah.
It's good to get into it early in the season.
Yeah, dude, he was phenomenal. He was our ace last year. And, of course, after you bring in the ace from the East, you know what? Bobby Miller deserves, rightfully so, to be number 2 in the rotation.
And he's
Humming.
looking just a little bit sharper than last year. He's looking like he tuned some things up. He's looking a little bit older, a little bit stronger.
More mature.
I think he's really going to have a breakout season.
I think you're right. And last year was his breakout season. So, if he's able to just, bring it up just a little bit more is going to help so much for this team. He pumping 99 easy. He looks like Gratterall almost, the way he just easily just brings it up there. Great mechanics. He just looks composed. He knows what he's doing.
Easy cheese.
Yeah, love
Easy
it.
cheese.
Easy cheese.
Easy cheese. Let's look at our third pitching matchup here. A familiar face going for the Cardinals.
Lance Lynn.
Mr. Lance Lynn. Last year was Lance Lynn. Win a lot, Lance.
Yeah.
This year, let's lose a lot, Lance. At least in this game.
I hope he gives up a lot of home runs again.
Hopefully, we see a lot of Dodger home runs. Could be home run derby for us this time
I hope
around. He's going up against Yamamoto, who got roughed up in Korea. Tough first outing. I think get the nerves out of the way, get in front of the home crowd, get a little more comfortable maybe. First game at Dodger Stadium is a big deal, so you might see some nerves early on in this one, but he's going to settle in.
He's only 25. You got to think he's pitched very, very little in the pros, which is the best there is on the planet. So it's definitely going to take some time to ease into it. A lot of nerves. Over $300 million contract, and I think he feels like he has to really prove himself, which he's already done that. So just go out, relax, just do what we paid you to do. We know you can do it. Just go out there and show us all.
And it's been the location, his recent struggles, the end of spring training, and then that game in Korea, of course.
The stuff is there, but you're right. He just has to get the right location on it because he's leaving everything too much over the middle.
And I think that goes back to the nerves thing.
Oh, yeah.
Getting a little unsettled, big games. And, it's the major leagues. It's the big time. Everybody wants to be there. He's there now. Let him settle in. He'll be the guy we paid him to be.
Like we talked about, South Korea's loud, indoors. thunderclaps. So, I mean, of course your nerves are going. And he's close to home. I'm sure there was a lot of close family and a lot of close friends from Japan, which is just a short flight over. So, yeah.
MLB Network is already saying that he's overrated. So,
I mean, that's what they do. They just, hot takes.
a lot of hot takes over
A lot
there.
of hot takes, a lot of, what do people want to hear? A lot of clickbait. So, I mean, that's normal. They're wrong, but whatever.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. I mean, he's pitched one official game in Dodger blue, and apparently he's overrated.
And then to wrap it up, Gavin Stone, who, I mean, you talk about turning it up a notch.
Phenomenal.
Seems like he's grown a lot over the offseason. He's another guy that looks stronger out there, a little more composed. He already had good composure for a young guy, just 21 years old in his debut last year. I'm telling you, people, give him some time. This guy's going to be really good.
Yep. Really filthy stuff. Really good control this spring. I remember the GM, Brandon Gomes, was saying that they're happy to see that his fastball, which really wasn't there as far as velocity and placement, is really, really back. They were saying this is why they signed him, because all the stuff plays off his fastball, which is his number one pitch, and it is back because, oh my goodness, the placement was just phenomenal. I mean, his not just composure like you were talking about this spring, but the placement, his pinpoint placement of pitches this spring was phenomenal. I mean, he ended with, before that last outing where he gave up that 3-run bomb against the Angels in that one inning, he went into that last start spring with a .93 ERA, sub 1 ERA.
Pretty good.
Phenomenal. It was crazy. So I'm happy he earned this 4th spot in the rotation, and I think he's just gonna have a great year.
He's got that Trevor Hoffman type changeup.
Oh, it's so good.
Not quite as good as Pepio.
Sure.
I mean, we're still pretty high on Pepio.
Yeah, I miss that guy.
He's got a lot of pep. Gavin Stone, though, very good changeup as well.
Yeah.
And once he locks that thing in, it's game over.
Yeah, no, and like we were saying, that pitch really plays off the fastball, because obviously they go hand in hand. But they were saying he has a very plus changeup, and if you can get that fastball placement and then just throw that changeup same spot and just pull that string, he's going to be nearly unhittable. That's a really good 1-2 combo.
He's going up against Steven Matz, former Met, current Cardinal.
Yeah.
Steven Matz has been around the league a little while now. Kind of up and down career injury-wise, but overall a serviceable enough lefty to make the Cardinals rotation. And this should be a good one. Dodgers have struggled against lefties in the past. We'll see if they can get off to a hot start against lefty here in this one.
I mean, their lineup is heavy lefty, but I mean, that's why they got Teoscar Hernandez and brought back Kike Hernandez. You need some, right-handed bats to throw in there. And I love both the Hernandezes. It's Freddie, Shohei, Muncy, Lux, 4 that are probably going to be in almost every game. Lefty. Throw southpaw. Hopefully get him, to chase a lot. But, I mean, those are 4 elite hitters, so it's still going to be hard. It's still not going to be an easy one.
One of the righties in the lineup, I referred to it earlier, we're going to get into it now. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the white guy with the blonde hair, Will Smith. He's going to be smacking some baseballs around for a long time in Dodger Blues, getting a 10-year extension from the Dodgers, around $140 million.
Yeah, I did read that he's also getting a $30 million signing bonus.
That's fantastic. 15 of that will be paid out in November of this year, 15 next January.
Yes.
So, I don't know, tax purposes maybe?
Probably. Makes sense for the books.
California, they're going to take a lot of it.
$140 million divided by 10, around 14, you would think. But they're taking about $5 million from each season and deferring that because that's just what the Dodgers do. They hate paying everything up front. Why not? You can just defer it. So he's still going to be making close to, let's say, double digits hopefully each year. But I mean, this is a team-friendly deal. But also, they're giving him the longevity because catchers don't last till they're 38.
And he is 29. He is 29 years old already.
So he's going to play through his, age 38 or 39 season. Probably not going to be catching, that late. But I mean, hey, that bat hits. He's great behind the plate. He's a great team leader. He receives the ball really well. So hands down, the best, or at least top 2 best hitting catcher in baseball.
Good to see Will Smith
Yes.
around for a long
So
time.
happy.
You brought up that $5 million deferred. That'll be paid out to him from 2034, the year after this contract ends, through 2043. So he's setting himself up long term.
Yep. I mean, that's what you do.
Good thinking.
It's good thinking, and it's right up the Dodgers' alley.
Money moves.
I mean, think about it. They got this core group now. They got, Yamamoto for a while. They still have Betts for a long time. Freddie's getting near the end, but I mean, you still got him for the next, this season and I think 2 or 3 more. You got Glasnow for this season and 4 more. You got Smith in there now for long term. You got Ohtani, of course, in there for long term. So, I mean, you have this core group that's just going to be around for a long, long time.
And, you've seen baseball executives, especially the Dodgers, shying away from those long-term contracts, but they're really locking themselves up with some of these guys for quite a long time.
And, barring injury, these aren't gambles. They're guys that have produced, they know what they're doing, and Friedman to be trusted. 100%.
There we go. Jordan Montgomery heading to the Arizona Diamondbacks, getting a 1-year deal, $25 million. However, there is an option for a second year. If he makes 10 starts this year with the D-backs, that becomes an option next season for $20 million. If 18 starts, that goes up to $22.5 million. And with 23 starts, he'll be at $25 million.
Interesting. So it's not even about how he produces, but as long as he's making those starts, there's incentives.
They want the innings. They want the innings. They want the starts.
I mean, that makes sense, especially, 160 games. But he got, I think, other offers for longer. I mean, overall, it was, really surprising that he picked Arizona. But it seems like that, from what I read just a little bit on it, he really likes the pitching coach and the data-driven, team that they are. And that's why he picked Arizona.
You saw them make a run last year. They're a young, exciting team.
Sure.
It's definitely not a bad place to be. The NL West just got a big facelift this offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Arizona's pitching staff. Eduardo Rodriguez is hurt right now, but you include him in there. You got Jordan Montgomery now, Eduardo Rodriguez, Zach Gallen, Brandon Pfaadt, who's going to turn into a nice pitcher in his own right.
Still got Kelly?
Merrill Kelly, that's right.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a tough 1 through 5 there.
Yeah.
That's a strong rotation. You got, with the Giants, you got Blake Snell, you got
Webb.
Logan Webb. Padres, you still got Yu Darvish. You bring in some of these guys from the Juan Soto trade. There's going to be some decent pitching there. We all know what the Dodgers have in that rotation. And then Ohtani coming back next year to join that rotation.
Which I forget about, dude. I mean, you forget that he's also an all-star pitcher who's just not pitching this season. But dang, next year's going to be crazy.
And then you've got the Rockies, which, it is what it is.
Yep.
Those are the games you got to win, but you never know what can happen in Coors Field. So this is going to be an exciting division. They're right up there with the AL East with the best pitching and the best offenses in baseball.
I mean, you can't just forget or knock the NL East as well, but at the same time, if I'm talking about the total pitching and lineups that I want to face, I would rather face the NL East over the NL West right now. My take. Hot take.
The overall strength of the division has really gone up a notch and overtaken the NL East. Last year you had D-backs, Dodgers, Padres were supposed to be up there. They didn't end up in the conversation. So it ended up just being kind of Dodgers and D-backs at the top.
Giants are making a run too.
The Giants have totally retooled, and they're going to be a tough team this year. Absolutely.
Yep.
They brought in some really good players. And then the Padres, I think,
they're like that thorn in your side that just won't go away.
They are. They're gonna be competitive this year. They're gonna be a tough team to beat. Are they gonna win the division? No.
Second?
No. Third? Probably not.
Maybe.
They're probably gonna be fourth, but they're gonna be annoying, pesky fourth place.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's gonna be a fight between the Giants and San Diego for third and fourth. It's definitely gonna be Arizona, I think, beating out the other two just because, like you said, they're that more young, exciting team. And you know what? I would much rather play the Giants than Arizona. Either way, I'd rather play any other team in the NL West than Arizona. In the AL East, man, I mean, Boston's nowhere to be found.
Still a tough team to beat.
Toronto.
By the way, we should totally go when Boston comes to LA this year.
Oh, we have to. It'd be fun.
All right, let's wrap it up right there. Enough said. It's opening day. Let's enjoy it. Let's watch some good baseball. Baseball all day. Let's go Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Adios.
Cool.